dudes, back again, shouting out Open Minded Folk. It's more Marley royalty.
Stephen Marley.
Reggae royalty.
Didn't know which one, did you?
Dude, their whole family does music. Every time you think that you know, like you've seen like every Marley sibling name, like in a music video on YouTube or something, because their whole family does music. Like another name will pop up that you've never seen, and another name, because they have like literally, it must be 10 siblings. You know, like Bob Marley had quite a few kids, so.
Right.
They all ended, like I said, they all ended up doing music. Stephen Marley, man.
So
this song is fire.
Have you heard this? Have you heard? Oh, you've heard this.
This is a good song. I like. We have to get to some more Marley stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't think Claude's heard this.
Is there a Marley that you haven't heard of? Like,
there's a few names I can't pronounce. I'm sure there's some I've never heard of.
I don't know.
But here we go. Most Def.
Dude, yeah, you stole my friggin' line, man. I couldn't wait for you to pause it.
He's out on tour or something.
Damn it.
But even he knows like the temptations of being on tour, man.
And she can like
you gotta stay loyal.
Him, you know what I mean? And can't
stay
talk
loyal
to
your
she can put
partner,
this on, and
you know,
like he'll be there telling her all the things she needs to.
I always loved how the second, when that reverby delay, you know, that delay vocal, second part came in, like it's perfect.
And the way they use it on keywords in the song, like in his vocals,
with the echo
it'll
effect.
Echo real quick like that, like such a classic Jamaican.
That's
music.
what's cool about making music, though. You get to experiment with these, especially Jamaican.
Like Sublime used that trick a lot. Like a lot of words would echo.
Dude,
like
every
third word would echo or something.
Like 40 Ounces to Freedom, still one of my favorite albums ever. Sublime's big debut. And you listen to that album and the production,
reggae.
Dude, the production is so, you can tell it was like really listened to and things were really scrutinized upon because there's so many like quick echoes on that Sublime album. Yeah. And like it goes away and a lot of his solos, the frontman, rest in peace, he would like duel with himself, but it wasn't the same exact thing.
Yeah.
It was like it's like they took two different guitar solos from Bradley Nowell and they just put them next to each other.
Yeah.
And they're not even there's a lot of that and it just works. Some artists know how to do that shit.
You'll get probably some or most of both live, you know what I mean?
It's pretty cool. he say chains or years? Free from all these chains.
Yeah, chains.
Years.
I would say.
Well, and it's not easy. Jah knows how I try. So don't you get
What?
weary. Jah knows how I try.
God knows life is one big road with a lot of lines and turns and twists and turns. Even though the road is rocky,
Right? Most Def? He's with a group or is he solo act?
It's a solo act, but right now they put out an album, him and Talib Kweli, because they're known as Black Star. We did Respiration, that was featured.
Okay.
Had featured Colin.
For
Great
some
song. It
reason,
came out
when I
back
heard
in the
Most
day.
Def, I was like that he's in a group, but I don't know what it is. I should, but I don't.
There's that famous time when he was on Chappelle too, and they're driving in the car, and he's we might have to react to that shit. There's Most Def's in the passenger seat. He's wearing a fedora, the round brim hat. The shit he's rapping about.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Most rappers nowadays wish they could do that shit.
Maintain the ride, keep on riding from city to city, backyard to yard, and we were seeing the sights, standing under the light. Inside, it's cold and lonely at night, and I'm greening and I'm dreaming and I'm holding it tight. But hold on, every single road I roll on comes to an end and the back of again. So baby, please don't cry. It's nobody knowing, it's no my mind. Love don't die with the passage of time. It just grows on, it just keeps strong. And even though I'm gone, I am never too far. You're the light through the dark, shining bright through my heart. So much really stars.
Good song, man.
Yeah, feel good,
It's uplifting. It's got the majory guitar notes in it.
With a title like "Hey Baby," I didn't really know what to expect, and
Fire.
yeah, that was a good song.
I
I don't know why I'm so hyped when you say that.
from all these
That drum beat is solid, dude. Like, it makes you move. Like, I'm trying not to bang my head.
It's like classic drums, It's like
They're moving me.
straight up drum kit. Mixed with bass guitar, acoustic guitar. That might be it.
Some sort of like
Maybe
some
they're adding.
whips and zwips in the background.
Maybe they're adding some.
Oh, I think it's
hip-hop
like
augment.
a Jamaican
Possibly.
drum. You know, them kettle drums?
Oh, yeah.
Might be. Just solid. Hear it?
Yeah. Like a tambourine. Little bit of bells and shit. Oh,
It was like a little.
it's cool. Good song. Well produced.
I remember one of my favorite things when being in school was, and it only happened like, maybe once a year, sometimes twice a year, where, I don't know, they would bring us to the cafeteria and like out on the table would be just like percussion instruments. Like,
Oh, I think I kind of remember that.
like you'd pick
When I
up
was a
like,
kid, too.
doo, 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 and just
It was a
like,
long time ago.
they would bring you in this room and just be like, play with these instruments. Remember that?
Like 30 years ago or some shit for me, yeah.
Yeah, a long ass time ago.
Wow. Yeah.
And like, yeah, you just. I
mean, even my,
that rattle one was like.
Yeah. Even my niece she's like 9 years old. I think she's in a music class at school, which that doesn't really exist anymore. Music programs in
Right,
schools, especially at like elementary
Like,
and
they would even have like wedges
middle
of
school,
wood.
high school.
Wedges of wood.
Yeah,
those
yeah,
wedges?
yeah.
You'd like clink them together and get different. They're like, oh, you just and like you just find the sounds in it. And
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah. I remember messing around
It's
on,
like I'm inside a Sesame
on the
Street.
piano in
It was
the
just so
auditorium.
amazing. Like, where's Mr. Rogers? He's coming out any second. I know he is.
Remember the piano in the auditorium at the high school, and Like I would always fuck around. I could get,
Oh, yeah.
I could get the first two notes. Dun, 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 dun. Do, 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 do. I always wanted to play that whole fucking piece. You could always find like the first two.
Well, yeah,
Do, do,
yeah,
do,
you
do, 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 do. Whatever the fuck it is, Mozart or something. Some Bach. It's more like a Mach piece.
Always keep your mind open.